It's day 3 of the Ventura County camping trip, and the party continues with the quest to CycLAvia, an event that happens multiple times a year throughout LA, where one or more streets are closed off to vehicular traffic and turned loose to cyclists and other forms of active transportation. We'll be taking the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner from Carpinteria to Chatsworth and getting on the G-Line bike trail to Canoga Park for CycLAvia the Valley, which for those from not around here is the San Fernando Valley. Typically, I prefer to take Metrolink over Amtrak because it's cheaper, and I don't have to deal with Amtrak's annoying bicycle reservation policy. But alas, Metrolink doesn't go all the way to Carpinteria. Yet. There's a pilot program to extend Metrolink service up to Santa Barbara, which we might be seeing later this year. Good stuff. But in the meantime, this is what we're doing. Yeah, that was easily the most transit-accessible beach campground I've ever been to. And prior to this trip, I don't think I've ever seen them specify the boarding zone for bicycles. So that's good. Oh hey, they have bike lockers that my bike would not even fit inside. I guess unless I took the front wheel off, it would be short enough. You know, that's a good question. Why didn't Metrolink just do the same thing and make all the cab cars the bike cars instead of just making a random Bombardier coach in the middle of the train somewhere the bike car? The real question is, why are all cars not bike cars? Oh, Miles in Transit would be ashamed by this sign. But hey, old Surfliner locomotive. Speaking of overt name drops of my favorite transit YouTubers, this Amtrak Pacific Surfliner is being paid for with the winnings from the One Line Wonders contest video that I made about the Riverside line. So thanks, Classy Whale. This costs like $23, so I've got the other $27 to pay for something later. That's not where they told me to go. Well, I hope no one parks on top of me before it's time for me to get off and doesn't move. Okay, nice to be in a warm train. There's where I was biking on the freeway yesterday. Yeah, that was a great ride on the way there. I would have had a much easier time if I was going the other direction because the wind blowing from west to east, where you're going north up the coast, you're kind of going west. Even though it's a cloudy morning, the views of the coast are still amazing, and it felt like no time at all before we reached Ventura. Wow, we're already pulling into Ventura. That was so much faster than biking. That was like teleportation.
At Ventura Station, we will have a schedule at this time. Like to stretch those legs, grab some fresh air. Now's the time to do so. This time with Park Ventura will be at 7:39 departure time. We'll do that, you. 7:39 departure time.
That's the Ventura Fairgrounds. It's right across from this station. In the last video, we took the train to Ventura East, but this time it's Ventura downtown on Amtrak. No, I don't want severe tire damage. Alright, up next, Oxnard. Got some farmland photos. Oxnard is right next to the port city of Hueneme. Together they are a major point of export for Californian agricultural products. Notable imports here include bananas and German automobiles. This is Oxnard's car dealership row.
Hashtag Gillig Gang.
Oxnard's got a pretty nice looking station on the inside. So that one's the Turtle Gillig. That one's the semi-Turtle Gillig, because the thing on the roof doesn't quite go all the way to the back. The thing I most associate Oxnard with is Haas Automation, CNC machine tool manufacturer located here. As in my studies in machining and engineering, most of the school machine shops I've been in have at least one of their machines. The first project I ever used one for was building my own bike pedals, which ended up failing after less than a year because I used mild steel for the axles, having not yet fully grasped the concept of heat treating. We passed some more farmland before reaching Camarillo station. We then pass through Moorpark where we meet up with the northbound Surfliner.
Alright. Our next stop will be Simi Valley Station. We'll be our next stop in Simi Valley around 12 minutes. We'll depart.
Then in Simi Valley, I definitely need to come back here to check out this bike trail next to the train station. Not long after the station, we passed the Santa Susana Train Depot Museum.
In Chatsworth Station will be our next stop.
Okay, that looks familiar. And then enter into the 1.4 mile long Tunnel 26, completed in 1904. It's amazing to think that with the technology of the day, they were able to dig it from both sides, meeting in the middle within 4 inches of each other. Now I wonder how long it's going to take Metrolink to double track this section. Quick view over Chatsworth between the tunnels, and we're soon arriving. There's the Metro G line, which I was planning to take, but then I realized, 1, there's a bike trail that parallels the G line right of way, and 2, I don't want to take all this stuff off my bike and put it back on. These are electric articulated new flyers. But the real reason why it should be a train is so I don't have to take all this stuff off my bike and put it back on. But we'll get there. And then later we'll take that trail all the way to North Hollywood and get on the B line, formerly known as the Red Line. There's one for the El Dorado fans. It took a minute to find the bike trail, but exiting to the south, there it was west of the Busway Viaduct. It really feels like an amusement park where they have a track where the vehicle is only allowed to go on. But yeah, look at these stations. They're like full-blown metro stations. And more bike lockers that my bike wouldn't fit in. Unfortunately, the bike trail has a bunch of crosswalks to go through, though I believe the bus has signal priority, so it should be getting green lights the entire way. That's a cool sign. Aside from that, the trail was pretty good. If only the San Gabriel Valley had a good east-west bike trail. I suppose it would be nice if the crosswalk was synchronized with the traffic signal so it just automatically turned green instead of having to push it. Then just 3.5 miles south of Chatsworth, we arrive at Sherman Way, partway along the CycLAvia route. I got there pretty early so it wasn't immediately crowded. It was nice to have the streets to myself for a while. I sense water. Hey, it's the bike oven, as seen in some other video potentially. I can eat all that rice right now. Worth noting is that Sherman Way, the street we're on, used to be a line on the Pacific Electric Railway. Pictured also is the Southern Pacific Rail line that became the Metro G Line busway and bike trail, though the current route detours slightly to avoid a golf course or something, which I found out the hard way later. California, we got palm trees. We got palm trees in California. No way, there's a garage sale district. I need to come back around for that. Alright, looks like the east end of the route. That's public domain, right? That's not copyright pollution? Oh, it keeps going. I thought that was the end right there. The entire route was 5 miles long, which didn't look very far on the map, but in person it seemed like a very good stretch. And with so many lanes, there was a lot of room to move around. Okay, this is the actual end part. Alright, I think I'll head back, hit up the garage sales, and also there was some guy DJing in his front yard. Reseda, home of that crappy apartment complex in the movie Karate Kid. I'm sorry, that was literally my entire knowledge of Reseda. I'm doing it such a bad service. But it's also home of CycLAvia the Valley. Sweet, free food.
Yummy.
Oh my gosh, he's using JRX 225s. I always wanted some of those. This must be the free appliances district. So from here, wow, look at all those options of bike trails we can take east towards North Hollywood. There's so many options. Free drink. It tastes like coconut water mixed with powdered Kool-Aid mixed with medicine. I ended up doing the entire route a couple times because I was having so much fun. Just blasting music and enjoying the streets. Well, it's too late for that, and we all find out later.
Stay off the weed!
It's not worth it unless I get the busway shot. Well, that was a fun, chill way to end this 3-day camping trip. I ended up riding the whole route twice. We're here at the east end. We're gonna head south to hit up the G line trail again to North Hollywood, take the red line to Metrolink, San Bernardino line. On the CycLAvia ad, they said you can take any street to get to CycLAvia. We meet again, Busway. Well, Busway totally looks like something out of an amusement park. It's this devoted track for this one thing that only gets to use it. This part looks nice. Oh, go figure, we're in Encino, which was like the nice part of town in Karate Kid. It's all making sense now. Oh no, wait, they have a velodrome. I just passed this park and it looks like we now go on the LA River. The signage must have not been very good because I didn't realize the busway trail continued north of the LA River, so I proceeded along the river thinking that was the way to go, found out it wasn't even paved, but ended up connecting with Burbank Boulevard, took that east for a few miles, and reconnected with the busway at LA Valley College. Oh, it's a little El Dorado. And we made it back to the busway. I ended up taking Burbank Boulevard, which was questionable at first, but it turned into a bike lane. And yeah, this is a pretty long way we're going. But it's still faster than if I had gone back to Chatsworth to wait for the next Metrolink Ventura County line, which doesn't come until like 1:30. Of course, I could always just get on the G line, but then I'd have to take all this stuff off my bike, which I'm not really interested in. And there's a transit accessible farmers market right there at the LA Valley College. The trail has a few confusing street crossings, and then it dumps you off onto Chandler Boulevard for the last 2 miles. But then we make it to North Hollywood, where the bus terminal has the old train station, and we're off to find the modern B line station underground. I eventually find the elevator on the northeast corner of the intersection. I remember this is where they were trying to implement the tap to exit fare policy that nobody seems to be using, as they're all coming out the emergency exit. What a bunch of anarchists. Then I make my way down a second elevator to the platform. I think the railings must be new because they look new, and I remember them not having it on the red line. Yeah, I forgot how fast this thing goes. Two days ago, we were right here, then we went like this, then we went like this, then we got airlifted up to here, then we went like this, then we went like this, then we went like this, and then today we went like this, and back like this. And now we're back here, and we're about to go like this. Of course, I could also take the Silver Streak to Pomona, but then I'd have to take all this stuff off my bike. Also, I get paranoid of the bike racks on the Silver Streak because they go super fast over some big bumps. I never noticed that classy looking Metrolink service window. Oh yeah. I like the new bike car stickers. I thought I ran out of food, but then I remembered I still have the tortillas. Yay. Oh hey, it's an F59. Is the transit accessible all-you-can-eat vegan buffet still there? Unfortunately, no, the Sweet Veggie El Monte location closed shortly after this was filmed, but it looks like they still have one location in West Covina. Look at that, F59 PH, still running in 2024. Wow, that trip was amazing. It covered so much ground, so much new territory was discovered, so many accidental good planning mistakes were made. How do we end a good adventure like that? Jasmine, I can eat all that rice right now.
You can.
I've already started. It's like better than the rice at El Pollo Loco, but that isn't saying much. But it's what we're giving away today at Food Cycle Collective. I really just needed a conclusion to this video, that's all this is. Food Cycle Collective, yeah.